This video is on adding IP cameras to the geovision software. So as you can see, we have none added right now. So the first thing we're going to do is log into the software by pushing L on the keyboard and then type in your username, tab, and your password. Then click OK. Now as you can see, we're logged in at the bottom. Then you're going to push the Windows key and type in GV space IP, and you're looking for GV IP device utility. So you click that and a new window pops up. IP device utility scans the entire network for any IP cameras made by geovision that are plugged into the network. We've already plugged a camera in, so we know it's going to come up. So here's the camera that we have plugged in. On the left you see it says GVBX1500. That's the type of camera it is. You need to remember that for later. Over here in blue you see the IP address. It says 192.168.0.10. That is the default IP address for geovision cameras when you plug them into the network. So we're going to move this window over here to the right out of the way. Now what we need to do is make sure that the IP settings in the camera match the IP settings for the computer so that it will come up when you add it to the software. So to do that, we're going to push the Windows key again, type in CMD, push enter. Now you have the command prompt window. So we're going to bring that over here, and if you click right here on the top in the blue space, double click, it extends it the entire length of the screen. So now we're going to type in IPCONFIG/ALL or IPconfig/all and then push enter. Now a lot of numbers are going to come up here, but the ones we're concerned with are right here where it says IPv4 address. To the right you see it says 192.168.0.150. These IP settings need to match this camera. So to make sure that's the case, you come over here where the IP address for the camera is in blue, click on it one time, go down to Configure. This is the window that pops up that allows you to change the IP camera settings. So the default username and password for this are admin. Then down here you want to make sure, move this over, that all these IP settings match what's in the computer. So the subnet mask is the same, the default gateway, and the primary DNS. Alright, so then for these purposes we want to make sure that the last set of numbers right here don't match the camera, or else you'll have an IP address conflict. So we're going to highlight this, and I'm going to make it 192.168.0.201. Then I'm going to click OK. Right now the system's checking the IP address to make sure there's not something else on the network with the same IP. Once it does that, it's going to update the network settings inside of the camera. Then after it finishes doing that, it reboots the camera. And this may take 30 to 45 seconds sometimes. You have to watch and wait until this window that says rebooting disappears, and then you can add the camera into the geovision software. So while that's doing that, we don't need this command prompt window anymore, so we'll go ahead and exit out of it. Now the two things we want to remember to add it into the software are the camera type and the IP address. So we'll go ahead and minimize that. We've already logged into geovision, so we'll click hammer screwdriver, system configure, IP camera install. Then we want to click up here on the top right, add camera. This is where you put the information in to add it into geovision. So the server IP is the address of the IP camera. So we'll type in 192.168.0.201, tab, admin, Then down at the very bottom where it says device, please select the brand of IP camera. You click the arrow to the right and it drops down a box. Then you can scroll down with the mouse until you see BX1500. Click that, a new window pops up and it's looking for a connection with the IP camera. When you get a connection, on the bottom right there's a button that says apply. If that's grayed out, it didn't find the camera. In this case it did, so we hit apply. Now it's added to the top of our list in the IP device setup. So to put it into a position on the software, you click on it once till it turns blue. Notice it says disconnect here, so you want to right click, go to display position, put it in whichever camera position you want to add it in. When you click that, you'll see it says connecting. You'll know that you've added it properly when a video resolution pops up and it tells you that it's actually receiving a stream, and then on the left now it says connected. So you hit OK. Now the camera's added into the software.